How's it going there to whoever's watching, by the way? I am available to talk to in chat if you guys want to engage in some kind of conversation. Just because I'm doing keystones doesn't mean that I'm not totally disconnected. I love having all forms of Warcraft discussion. That's what my channel's all about. If you're able to hear me and if you're not just a bot, go ahead and drop something in chat to let me know that you're there. Man, I don't understand sometimes how some people don't necessarily like keystones. It's such a fun form of in-game entertainment for me. Thoroughly enjoy it. Well, hey there, Lori. Sorry if I'm a little bit slow to respond to chat, but I really appreciate you dropping by to say hi. How's it going? I'm really glad that I had one of my viewers drop by to see me to see the live stream. I know that this isn't necessarily the highest level of all keystones that I tend to do, but this is my warm up. This is the first shot that I'm taking today. Oh, I did too. The remake of Karazhan, especially. I don't. It's like the graphic redesign that they did to it. To me, it looks a lot more like a creepy old haunted castle than it used to. But at the same time, it used to have a lot more of a mystical feel, you know, because it's the first one that you're taking in part two. The first attempt at it, that is. Alrighty, let's see here. You know, I've been, Lori, I also wanted to ask you your opinion, especially because you're the first viewer of mine, at least that's engaged in chat, that's came and joined in my stream so far today. Do you think it would be worth me attempting to start streaming, like, on a regular schedule, or do you think it'd be a little bit of a waste of time, potentially? Because, I mean, I don't have a whole bunch of followers at the moment, I understand that, but it would still be, I would like to at least give them what they want if they enjoy the content type. I think that's a pretty good idea. Do you think I should like announce it with my next video when that comes out? Like put it in the the wrap up part of the video and then add a schedule into the description maybe. Alright, well I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. I'll do that for my next video. But speaking of which, Lori, you and some of your feedback is the theme of my next video that I started working on this morning. You always give very passionate, wholehearted feedback, and you give me some really good opinions that I'd like to pursue. Oh no! The healer let me die. Oh my gosh, let's see, action bar. Okay. Well, stupid keybinds are not working right for me. And yeah, exactly, about the cultures and races. Bit of perspective that you gave me on the video about like the unrealistic conditions that the humans seem to have put forward. I want to do a little bit of coverage on like Orc and Draenei culture that has to do with a similar concept but is very different in its own way. I had a couple of people also tell me that I didn't need to ask them before I used their comments in a video, but I wanted to make it clear, especially because I'm going to use one of yours. It's that a matter that I don't necessarily agree with everybody's opinions. I've seen some people get really unnecessarily agitated and frustrated with people who use their stuff without their permission and then you know, disagree with it. I just wanted to avoid all possibilities of something like that happening, because I've seen it. Thinking about the effects of how a race and faction should run, that's what makes it a really interesting and controversial topic, in my opinion. Um, what really draws my attention about it is the way that Blizzard has painted the fact that there's very clearly different cultures between all the different races. I don't know. I mean, granted, I understand that there are definitely limitations to Blizzard's ability to write, but I feel like they dig a lot deeper than people assume. I mean, think about how much money this late in a game like this that they have spent on story writing and other similar bits of budget increasing aspects. You know, once you get so deep into a story like this, especially with the way it was sold, because it was sold as a complete immersive like MMORPG experience, so they kind of, especially with the way the game grew and its popularity grew, they had to deliver that to a certain extent, you know? They couldn't just kind of claim it and then ignore it. Which they, in a way, did for a little while, because of the way they just simply pursued the villains of the, you know, of Warcraft 3 without adding anything into it. Cataclysm was really kind of the last showing of previously established villains really showing their tail, you know, aside up until Illidan now has come back, but he wasn't even a villain in this expansion. And I'm actually not falling asleep in my chair right now, Apocalypse, only because of the affixes and the Hunter overpulled majorly. Like, the 16 lower... Do I have you guys back? Am I back? I'm pretty sure I am live again, if I'm not mistaken. If any of you guys are still here, let me know. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Lori, for letting me know that I'm back. And I'm pretty sure I just wiped the group, too. Well, yeah, it happens. Oopsie. Sorry, guys. You know what, hell, if I have to leave this, I have an 18 Karazhan that I can do myself. That would be pretty easy, too. I've been kind of skimping out on my keys, you know. I do a whole lot of them usually every week, but I don't know. Ooh, look. It looks like they kicked me. Yep, they probably kicked me because I DC'd. Ha. Well. Why is WoW not responding, dude? There's no reason for it to be crashing like this. Oh, they didn't. Neat. Dude, I want Soul to do some Mythic Plus with me too. I've been, he finally got his Keystone Master the other night when I convinced him to do it after raid, and I tried to get him to let me go along, but he said that he really wanted to tank it, and I'm not I can't DPS, frankly. Like I'm a god awful DPS. I'm only good at tanking and healing. I don't know why, but somehow the aspect of trying to push the highest numbers I can it's just not as entertaining to me. However, I've kind of given evidence that I can out DPS most DPS classes as a Vengeance tank. It's kind of fun. Alright, waiting for the whole group to get back together, and then we will be proceeding. Gonna get my food buff. It's because there isn't anybody else in the chat. You're one of the only people in chat, so like sending it'll say that if you send too many in a row. It's kind of stupid. Their algorithm on that's really flawed in my opinion. All you got to do is like wait a couple seconds after it gives you that message, and it'll just usually let you resend it as it is. And what'd you say, Apocalypse? I think you lost me on that last one. There we go. Now I got the group back together. Oh, these people are boring. They make me do it one group at a time. What kind of fun is that? I mean, we're already probably not going to two-chest it, which is no fun. Boring. I mean, yeah, it is. We have a hunter, a monk, and a mage. Like, we have enough range that I feel like, even with the affixes that we have right now, that shouldn't be very hard. Because, I mean, bolstering is really not that difficult with a massive group pull if everybody just does nothing but focus their AoE abilities. Because if they all die at the same time, then bolstering is basically useless. It doesn't do anything, like, positive or negative to you. It's like a dead affix if you do it the correct way. It's all about a certain order of the way that you handle shit. Oh my god, yeah, I can't. These people are bad. They're really bad. They should have told me that it was a carry if I was going to be carrying. I'm just going to do my key. Yeah, it really is a pug life. If either of you two, Lori or Apocalypse, if either of you two play Horde, you guys are welcome to join me for a Keystone. We don't even necessarily have to do something super high, but I'd be happy to have some. I'd be happy to have some company if you're up for it. What would you consider real bad? is what my question is. Because, I mean, even with like a 900 item level, you can still do like 10s and 11s without a problem. Oh boy, that's terrible. That's some really bad internet connection, bud. I'm sorry. That's really bad. I'm fine. I'm glad that I finally Oh yeah, man, that's not good. I could not play with that. I'm glad that I finally upgraded to a fiber optic internet connection. It was without a question worth it. I get like 433 megabytes per second download on average and like 220 upload, something like that. But what's crazy is that internet package is still cheaper than the shitty internet package that I was getting from Comcast. Like when I upgraded to this fiber optics package, I'm seriously only paying $38 a month for like a half gigabyte per second on average. It's not necessarily about being useless, Lori. That people are just so focused on the timer. Like my problem is I don't like to wipe 50 million times. I would rather take it slow and do the mechanics, you know, at a relatively correct pace so that we can get the dungeon done in the timer instead of people like pulling for me and trying to push the timer faster, yelling at people to hurry and stuff. Because all that does is cause like disorder and miscommunication. That's why I don't like pugging keystones at all. I really don't. I find pugs to be very, very tedious, but it does not appear I have... Yeah, I don't have any high enough item level people on right now to join me for any high keystones. So I would either have to do something low or pug it. I'm pretty sure I have an 18 or 19 Karazhan too. Let's find out. Where's the keystone? There it is. Yeah, 18 upper Karazhan. Oh, 15, in all honesty, I have a bit of an issue with the way that people portray 15s as being like way too easy, you know, like they're really not easy. Like they're not easy at all. The only way that you could consider it easy is if you have good enough gear and like a supportive team as well. They all also have to have really good gear, ideal stats, preferably set bonuses from you know, heroic, from normal and heroic or higher and Taurus, and do all the mechanics flawlessly, because there's a lot of things that the group that one person individually could lack on, like for example on an explosive affix. If one person doesn't pop one of those orbs on a 15, that's a group wiper, you know? Like, and that makes it difficult. So to pug something like that is why people require you to have unnecessarily high rater IOs to do it, because they expect you to be able to do it the first attempt. Hey Rook, what's going on, man? It's good to see you, buddy. I'm glad you said what's up in chat. In fact, I just asked you if you wanted to do a key with me, so you should do a key with me. I think that would be fun to have somebody from the stream come join me for one. I have an 18 that we could do, or we could try to find like a 15 or 16 in Group Finder, but you know as well as I do that it could be difficult to find a group when you have, like, to get into a group when you have two people. For some reason, people, like, there's an add-on, dude, where people just where it outright declines anything that has more than one person in the group. Yeah, Rook, you know you want to, bro. You know you want to. Do it, man. Check and see what your Pally's key is. And just so you guys know, the Rook's a guildie of mine and an officer as well. Really good dude. I've been playing with him for a while. Sorry to those of you out there in non-legal states. Give me just 1 second. The guild's name is the Grateful Undead. I see that there's a couple more people joining onto the stream. If you want to drop it and say what's up in chat, by all means. So, let's see here. Rook, is it cool if I accidentally call you by your first name? It's gonna be difficult to call you by your YouTube name. It's hard to remember. Well, join the group then, and we will still do one on your red. I could downgrade my key, or we could just find a group. It isn't a huge deal, bub. Let's see. Anybody else you might? Nope, everybody else is doing something. Okay. Hey, Priesty, that might do well. I'm definitely not gonna argue with your Priesty now. Give me 1 second to readjust myself here, guys, so it's easier for me to read chat. There we go. All right. Do you have anything on your priests, or are we going to need to? Find one? What is it? I don't care if it's a little low, man. I just want to do a key. Arcway 14, dude, that's perfect. That's an easy peasy key to start off with. I had a terrible warm up, dude. I don't know if you were watching, but this hunter and mage both, like on bolstering and skittish, were pulling for me. Now the hunter, it's a little bit more okay because of misdirect. But this fire mage was pulling for me relentlessly, dude, and he wouldn't back off, so I couldn't get threat back because he was pulling with stuff like his Phoenix Flames. You know, and when that crits, that's a pretty alright amount of AoE damage to start out with when I don't have any basic threat generation. Anyway. So, Lori, why is it, if I may ask, why is it that you decided to stop playing World of Warcraft? see. I understand. I'm very sorry that situation has stricken you. Is that why you watch these YouTube videos and have such a high appreciation and passion for them? Because you can't play anymore? Because my dad's the same way. He just plainly is unable to play. He doesn't have the same response time or anything that he used to. And, I mean, he's the one who got me into playing. He's the one who got me into the raiding guild that I was in vanilla. All kinds of things. But he watches my videos and all kinds of other content creators' videos very regularly because it makes him almost feel like he's still playing, like he's still involved. I am so sorry about all the technical difficulties, guys. I have no idea what's wrong with my computer. It's just being such a slow responder today. It's usually so much better than this. I don't understand what the problem is. Well, I'm glad that I had convenient timing then. I think I'm going to solve my technical issues, and I'm just going to leave Dalaran altogether. Because Dalaran seems like it's causing me some issues. And I'm going to close Twitch too, why not? It might help. Hey, there you go, man. Oh, you gotta love pugs. People just joining and leaving instantly. Not even having enough time to take a look at the group first. Just like, oh, nope, I'm gone. Nothing left. Cracks me up. Nope. You know, sometimes I really wish it didn't take so long to fill a group. You know it's going to every time. You'd always know it's going to take forever. But you just hope and pray that it won't. I'm not at the stone, but I'm right there with you, bro. I feel it. I don't know those of you who are like actively present that are watching the stream, but if you wouldn't mind going ahead and hitting the like button for me, it would be really, really helpful for statistic purposes and analytics. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Apocalypse. All right, everybody, give me just one moment. Need to take a super quick break while this group fills. Rook's gonna be super nice and fill the group for me, which I again very much appreciate, friend. And I'm back. All right, Apocalypse, to answer your question, if you would put a ping in Discord, that would be really, really appreciated. I would very much appreciate that. It might help get a little bit of traffic come in this direction. Atish, what is going on, my dude? Thank you so much for stopping in. It's always good to see you, my man, as always. And Lori, thank you very much for helping keep track of, helping people keep track of where I'm at and what he missed. So Atish, if you're here, how you doing today, mate? It's always good to see you. Pardon me for one moment, guys, while I take this super quick phone call, and I will be right back on voice. So, Just got some interesting news. My PlayStation Network has been hacked. So while we finish filling this group and summoning, I'm going to change that password. To answer your question, Atish, my video is coming along really well. I'm actually making two at the same time as far as viewer feedback goes. I'm making one of some feedback that you've given me, and then another one is some that Lori gave me really recently that was very intuitive. I really appreciate all the feedback and all the like how interactive you guys have been with me. It just makes it feel so much better about doing what I'm doing. You know, makes it feel worth it. All right. So I got that password all good and reset now. Finally. Just gotta let the wife know that that's done. Man, it's a wonder how hard it is to find one good DPS sometimes, you know? Like, I really find it almost astonishing. I really don't feel like it should be that difficult. North American runs, dude, they're really. I don't know why. I always have I always seem to have better luck when I play with like my oceanic friends and stuff like that. But for some reason, when I play with a lot of North American servers, there are just some that's where you seem to get a lot of the cocky 12-year-olds that like to talk a lot of shit. I just don't like the toxicity almost even of my own server. Like Illidan is just such a gruesome, toxic, and mean place. Like, it's no fun for anybody to be here half the time. And I mean, Rook knows exactly what I'm talking about because he came over to this server pretty relatively recently. I've been here since vanilla. I've been on the server for a long time. It's always been this way, always, as long as I can remember. Especially during Wrath days, this was the pinnacle server for the gear score fucking epidemic. I swear. Hey, pass me back lead, Rook. Let me, I'm gonna go ahead and, or at least just take it down and relist it or something, so we can get ourselves back to the top of the list. I found that helps, by the way, for any of you viewers who find you're having issues filling keystone groups. Oh, you were? Alright, well, either way, I'll take back over filling it if you want. Unless you want to fill it because it is your group. That's up to you, though, bud. Oh yeah, Lori, that's the problem with PvP servers, especially when you're a noob. You know, like it makes it so difficult. Especially as the priest, yeah, you don't even really have much of a way to run away and try to get yourself out of the situation. You know, you find yourself stuck. Oh yeah, Stranglethorn is definitely the worst place ever with the Gurabashi Arena and stuff like that. I mean, who wants to like who as a leveling player wants to put themselves in a situation that is one of the most intense PvP that's one of the most intense PvP blood zones in the game. If I'm not mistaken, now other vanilla veterans, y'all can correct me if I remember wrong, but I'm pretty sure for a while they called it Cutthroat Vale, or at least they did on my server. Because I mean, right there where the Gurabashi Arena was, where when it was added in, just made it mean. You couldn't go 10 feet without. I mean, you couldn't take 10 steps without walking across 10 corpses. Thank you so much, Apocalypse. I really appreciate it, mate. Thank you. And I'm opening up Discord right now. It was taking me a minute. Oh man, hang on. Yeah, I don't want any of those people, for God's sake. Like, what is... Here, have him message me in game if you could, Apocalypse. Here, I'll put my name and realm in chat. Freaking autocorrect on my chat. Oh, I didn't even see the battle tag post. I'm gonna take this paladin anyway. because he's probably one of the best geared people to have attempted to join, and we could always use a good DPS. Alright, about to get on with the keystone, guys. I'm sorry about the wait. It's such a pain in the ass to fill a group for a keystone like this late in an expansion. At least a decent group. Like, I mean, yeah, you're going to get a whole bunch of random applicants, but like, to get a real good group together, you gotta... It just takes time. An all DK guild? Who the hell does that? Yeah, dude, that's so weird. I've seen. Oh, and by the way, what's going on, Warborn? Thank you very much for joining onto the stream today. And dude, I've seen some really weird stuff like that too. I used to play on Moonguard actually for a little while. That's the Alliance guild. That's the Alliance realm that I play on when I do play Alliance sometimes. But either Moonguard or Dalaran, one of the two. That's not the point though. Like there's such weird guilds, man, that have like really awkward restrictions, like gnomes only. And all I had to think was like, who wants only gnomes in their guild? Like, I personally couldn't think of a situation where that would be preferential over any other race. Like, who likes gnomes that much? Oh god, I knew this was gonna go this way. Oh no. Ah! Why? I'm running out. I really hope they actually reset. Let's find out. Jeez, I'm so with you, dude. I would also much rather play WoD all over again than I would rather play a gnome. That was good. Dude, there's all kinds of like strange... RP servers have such strange restrictions like that. Like, I don't know what is up with RP guilds, man. They kind of creep me out a little bit, to be completely honest. Like, RP strict guilds freak me out in their own way. There's one that's really famous on Moonguard. I'm trying to remember. Shadow Syndicate. They have so many. It's such a cesspool RP guild. Like we're talking, they have like 6 or 7 chapters on their server of only Alliance that they link up through Greenwall or whatever that add-on's called. Dude, it freaks me out. Like, I don't understand. Like, the guild chat, when you actually add in Greenwall, like they suggest you do, is so flooded. Like, I don't see how anybody could possibly keep up with that disaster. What just happened? Oh, did somebody really do that? No. No. Oh, these things are so bolstered, dude. Alec, I gotta give you props, man. Bombing job disc healing through this disaster. There's no way I could have done this. No. Oh, the breath. No. Catching up with chat since we're definitely wiping here. I want to know who the hell pulled all that extra stuff. I really do. That was stupid. Anyway. Really? Really? A spirit? Okay. I'm just gonna pull you over here. Come here. Come here, lassie. Oh, you got this, Alec. I know you do. Let me see them bombing heals that I've seen out of you a million times, man. Any of you in chat who have a respect for really good keystone healers, you guys need to cheer for Rook here. This dude's a G. He's been healing my guild's raids for a good few patches and healed many keystones for me. Dude's a beast. Oh yeah, I remember. This was one of the weirdest like guild requirements I've seen in trade chat on RP servers. This one was actually when I still played on EU servers for a little while. I was playing on Argent Dawn EU. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about this server here, but it's quite your average RP disaster as you would expect it. The guild requirement was only female druids, and it said at guild meetings must be an animal form of some kind. It makes me think if they were some kind of like crazy furry ERP shit or something like that. Like it was definitely strange. Oh, dude. God, I don't know what creeped me out so much about that guild and their awkward requirements, but it just struck me as furry because it was only female druids and must be in animal form. Like, I wonder where the restriction for male druids was. Like, why that was part of the requirement. I mean, unless they had some kind of crazy lady furry fantasy going on or something. I mean, you really never know on RP servers, man. There's some wild stuff that goes on in Goldshire. No, you were definitely not the only noob. You were definitely not. I don't know if any of you guys like Nixium, man, but Nixium made a video a while ago about his first RP experience where he found himself in a situation just like that. Like, so much like that it's kind of eerie. Dude, Nixium, seriously, like, hands down has been one of my favorite content creators for many years. I've been watching Nixium stuff since I was, like, I don't know, early high school, late middle school, something along those lines, man, like a long time. Him and WoW Krindor both. Like, do you guys know who WoW Krindor is? That guy is seriously an OG. Like he's the only person I've seen be able to get Oxhorn himself, like, in for an interview. That was so cool to me. Like, I've always had such a high respect for machinima people, like machinima makers like that, because it takes so much effort and so much time. Like, with his OCD as I am, man, I couldn't ever make machinima because I would never feel like it was good enough, you know? Dude, Nim. Oh my god, I was just trying to remember the name of that guy the other day. Yes, I remember Nim, bro. He was like the only good Blood Elf rapper. Like, there was a million Blood Elf rappers at that time, bro, but Nim was the good one. Nim was the good one. Ooh. Some of them got hit real hard. Dude, Lori, I'm so with you. Do you remember? My favorite of his that I remember so fondly was his one on euphemisms. That was so good. Like, I'm pretty sure one of his, like, a couple of times was debuted at BlizzCon as having, like, you know, the best machinima in the business that year, best submitted machinima. I mean, the dude definitely earned that title if he did earn it, if I'm not mistaken. Dude was so good. Dude, Warborn, I did the same thing, man. Like, seriously, I was such a closet nerd in middle school and high school, man, because I was on our hockey team and stuff like that. So everybody always, you know, expected me to kind of be a dick like all the others. But all I ever wanted to do when I went home was just get on my computer and play World of Warcraft. Isn't that all any of us Warcraft nerds ever wanted when we were younger and first started playing? You didn't want to deal with all the other BS. You just wanted to go home and play some WoW. Screw these people. They're all mean anyway. Eventually, I might tell you guys my vanilla WoW story. But that's a really long story. The only person in this chat that knows my story as of right now is Rook. But he knows better than anybody because of that is a long, long story. And sadly, he's not even in chat because he's actually healing this keystone for me at the moment because the dude's a G. I don't know if you can still hear me, Alec, but you're a beast. You were just a normal nerd, bro. What would you, let me ask, what would you depict as a normal nerd? Like, how would you describe what a normal nerd is, you know? Because I feel like every place has their own definition of it, but at the same time, like, the general outlook and definition is pretty similar. So what would you define as a regular nerd? I see. Well, you're clearly quite a social butterfly, at least with all of us. So you're my friend, bro. I think you're pretty awesome. Been a fantastic supporter and very interactive with me since I started. You're a G, bro. You know, in a strange way, too, like, I was a serious loner in middle school and high school, too, man. I wouldn't necessarily consider myself, like, as you depicted, like a regular nerd, but I never hung out with anybody. Like, all of my interaction with everybody took place at school or at work, and that was it. Outside of that, like, I really just wanted to game and chill by myself or chill with the very, very few friends that actually took part in my nerdy affairs, such as WoW, League, you know, Dota, all that fun stuff. But speaking of League, cannot stand those kinds of games anymore, dude. I get too tilted. Like, I thought I was going to break a mouse the other day when I was playing some Dota, and I just... Ooh, like, I can see where that community's so toxic. It is just... It's not any fun to me. I am completely with Lori on that. I would have never, ever known that that is the way that you would have described yourself, dude. You're very, you're very personable. Very easy to talk to. And you'll always have a good opinion on like whatever comes up. Like you don't miss out on any conversation for many, many reasons, because you have the level of intelligence required to always come up with another response regardless. I really respect that. Sorry, dog's barking. I think there's somebody outside. Quit, pupper. You're fine. You're a good boy, though. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, my good boy. Yeah. Yeah, you're so cute and furry, aren't you? Who's a good boy? Oh God. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is happening. Oh, God. Oh, I cannot believe that was pretty cute. Yeah, well, he's a cutie, isn't he? He's a big, unnecessarily oversized Labrador, and he is my best friend in the whole world. I love this dog. True dog lover of me, man. I always have been. My mom was a dog breeder when I was growing up, so I grew up, and she actually bred labs too, which is where my my initial love of this breed came from. I've had them my entire life. He's a wonderful, wonderful boy. Oh yeah, he's I'm pretty sure last time I took him to the vet, he's 104 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. Which isn't, you know, huge. Like, I got a cousin that's got a pair of Great Danes that are, like, twice his size, but he's just massive. And yes, I completely agree with you, Apocalypse. Labs are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful creatures. I love them so much. My lab is my best friend in the world. I don't really, like, know too many other people's dogs, though, because, like I said, in my own way, I am kind of a loner, you know? So I pretty much just... I don't really hang out with anybody, again, outside of work or outside of class. Well, when I start back into class next semester, I'm going back for some software and some software graphic designing, and I'm going to try to get some coding experience in, too. See how all that goes. I am completely with you on staffies. I have a brother who has three. No, I think he has like 2 American bullies and then a Straffy, and they are some of the sweetest dogs I've ever been around in my entire life. Oh no! Don't die, John. Don't die. No! Stupid skittish. Is it, do you know if it's lag on my end or lag on your end? At least as far as my, my live stream, like, analytics page goes, it's showing that I have pretty good bitrate right now. But if anybody else is having trouble, please, please make sure to speak up so that I can try to correct the bitrate issue. Alright, well, hopefully I'm not getting any bad rate on all your guys' end. I'm pretty sure that I fixed the technical difficulties. Thank you, Lori, for helping me stay on top of that so I can make sure that I get myself live immediately. Because I always see as soon as you tell me once you lost me. It helps. Yeah, that could be it. Storm always screws up my internet connection. Or at least it used to, actually, when I had Comcast still. Comcast was not very good to me, guys. I don't know what internet provider you guys go through, but seriously, if you intend on seriously gaming, Comcast is not the option that you should try to go with. At least if you have a choice. Seriously. It's so bad. It's so bad. Dang, dude, this rogue is pulling some mean thread off of me. I can almost not keep up with his thread gen. It's a little on the frustrating side, to be honest. Oh no, oh no. What service provider do you have, Atish, if you don't mind me asking? I've moved so many times, man. I've had like every different service provider that people can usually think of. So I usually feel the pain if it definitely has issues. Like, dear God, DirecTV, hands down some of the worst internet coverage I've ever had. I've honestly never been satisfied until I got myself Metronet. This fiber optic stuff is just, it's the way of the future, guys. It is the way of the future. Oh no, lost threat. No, come back to me, ghosties. So, chat, let me propose a question here to get you guys, to get a topic for you guys to discuss amongst yourself and amongst myself. What is the thing you're looking forward to more than anything in Battle for Azeroth? Be it any kind of specific class changes, any kind of like upcoming lore that you're waiting to see the outcome of, anything at all. Like, what are you the most excited for? See you later, Lord. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it. It's always good to talk to you. Laughing at Sourfang as he rots in prison. Oh my god, dude, that's amazing. That is the best response I've gotten to that question yet. That's amazing. Oh, hell. What do you guys think of the Mythic Plus community? Like, who of you, like really involve yourselves in, not necessarily, like, high-level Mythic Plus, but, like, at least to a reasonable level, you know? Dude, I posted a video expressing so much grief about the disappointing way that Blizzard is turning Sourfang's character development. Like, for so many years, this dude's been my favorite lore character, like, altogether. I've always loved the heroic and valorous way they, like, portrayed his recovery from the blood curse and stuff like that. Like, it's just been such a great story, all in all, in my opinion. But then now, they're just having him roll over and die and give up, you know? Like, what's the fun in that? Like, who wants to see their favorite, most powerful lore character, at least in their eyes, just give up, you know? Like, it bothers me. It really bothers me. Fucking bolstering. Yours was Thrall. What was it about Thrall that made him your favorite character? Was it like part of his backstory or anything along those lines, or was it just like, I don't know, his strong leadership skills, the way that he kind of brought the Horde out of borderline oblivion? Blizz went and freaking confirmed it, dude. Yes, they did. That is a very solid point. Like, hey, now I'm waiting, and I'm wondering to see if they're gonna do anything to confirm Garrosh did nothing wrong. Like, I really want to know, and I'm really wondering if I'm ever gonna see anything from Blizzard hinting at Garrosh might not have done anything wrong. Because if that happens, guys, Asmongold will shit himself. Like, Asmongold will... I don't even know what that dude will do, but his life will turn upside down if Blizzard confirms. Nothing worse than a righteous edgelord. Damn Skippy. I'm trying to think. Who was the... To me, Gin Greymane's almost a bit of an edgelord, man. Because, like, when somebody else needed him, you know, when he just kind of huddled himself away in his bedroom like a pissed off teenager almost, and kind of locked himself away until, oh, something happened to me and now I need everybody else's help. Gin's a very, very fake character in my eyes. I do not like the direction that they took him. At least if you were gonna have him be the cold, distant one, like let him be that way. Don't sit there and try to like totally rewrite his his story and his character progression for your own benefit just because it might have fit in. I mean, they could have used, instead of making Jaina, you know, the antagonist, they could have used Jaina in the same way they're using Gin. Like, I mean, she was a leader. She led Theramore until its final destruction, the same way that Gin led Gilneas until their final destruction. Like, what's the difference? I mean, it's even been said multiple times by Anduin that he always thought of his, quote, Aunt Jaina as being a role model to him. I mean, I don't know. I would like to listen to what Jaina has to say personally more than Gin, you know? Until he needs help, dude. That's just the selfishness of it. Like, I don't know. Blizzard just kind of ignored the way that he denied everybody else during the events of the First War. You know, it's amazing to me how old Gin Greymane is before he got the Worgen Curse. Like, he was old during the events of the First War, you know? Dude's ancient borderline. Cracks me up. See, look at that. Spiked at 5 million DPS. Probably going to end this above, like, 2.5 million. I can't do that. I have best in slot Havoc Legendaries and a Heroic 4 set. And I can't pull anywhere near that kind of damage output in a DPS spec. It pisses me off. Like, for real, I don't understand why I perform better damage-wise as a tank. It's stupid. Yeah, for real, man. Like I just do so much more damage. It frustrates the crap out of me because I have the same problem on my Druid. I do so much more damage as Bear. Like, I understand that Bears just, you know, dot everything up with Moonfire and swipe spam, but, like, Vengeance Demon Hunter is a lot more complicated than that. It bothers the living crap out of me that with a more complicated rotation, it still somehow does more damage. See you later, guys. I mean, not guys. Atish. Sorry, I was reading what he said. Ha! I'll still be on stream for about another hour. Take care, Atish. Appreciate you stopping by, buddy. Sorry, still getting used to the greetings and the goodbyes while live. Usually I can just do another take of it if I fuck up. This is a new concept for me. Those of you who are in chat, how would you feel about me setting up a live stream schedule so I can start being more interactive and talking with you guys more directly instead of just in the comment section? Because I mean, if I'll have at least 5 or 6 viewers, like if I'll have a good and okay viewers like I do right now, then I would definitely say that it's worth it. I just want to know your guys' opinion on if you'll spend the time and like be interested in what I'm doing, what I had to say. Probably doing similar content like keystones and stuff, but you know, it's kind of what you would expect. Just trying to do something for some filler while we chat it up. Hey, look, 2 chests. Hey. Where's the other trash? Where's the other trash? Where's the other trash? There we go. Let's go this way. Well, I'm glad to have been added. I'm glad to have potentially been added to the list of streamers that you watch Apocalypse. Aggo's streams are usually really entertaining. The dude, he cracks me up so much. I have such a high respect for the type of content that he does, man. It's very admirable, and it's really admirable the way he dedicates himself to it too. Like I felt so bad almost the way he was beating himself up the other day on stream because he felt like he was kind of lacking on his Patreons and on his Twitch subscribers and stuff, having a lack of content coming out, but that's because he has writer's block, dude. Like, every content creator runs into writer's block, man. That's just part of it. But see, that's the problem, and that's the same problem that Blizzard runs into. You know what I mean? Like, they listen too much to the whiners, but that's because the whiners, the people who have a complaint, they're the most vocal ones. But it's such a small margin of people. At least I feel like, I don't know. I'm not a moderator of any of his stuff like you are. You probably see the best and worst side of it. But at least from what I can see going over his comments, like being an active member of his Discord like I have been, like almost every subscriber, every person that he has that appreciates what he does loves him for himself. Like, loves him for not the content he creates, but the way he creates it. Like, the way he talks, the way he doesn't give a fuck about what you think of his opinion, that he just wants to get it out there. He wants you to know what he has to say. Like, the people who follow him love him for that reason specifically, and it hurts me so much to see somebody so dedicated, like, push themselves down like that because of a select few. You know, he's a good dude. Hey, thank you so very much, Argonian Loser or something? I don't know. I don't know exactly how you pronounce that. I appreciate the subscription as always, and I'm glad I showed up in your suggestion feed. What do you guys think that we should? What do you guys think that we should do? Should we do another keystone, or any kinds of recommendations from anybody? I am not on beta. Sadly enough, I tried real hard to get myself a beta key, but I did not have access. I wish. Let's see. Ooh, let's see if he wants to do one. Hey, there we go. I got a really good one of my favorite people to run keystones with. I got him to come run something with us. Nice meeting you too, buddy. I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks so much, and I appreciate this, and I appreciate the subscription. Well, I guess we are going to do another keystone. Alrighty. It's alright, man. It's not necessarily slacking. Is anybody active in chat still there? If so, why don't you give me a holler and let me know you're still there so I have somebody to talk to. Love you too, Alec. You know it, bro. What Discord drama? I haven't been on Akko's Discord yet today. Anything like real shitty popping up? Oh boy. Well, if it's not public, I completely understand. By no means am I asking you to, bring light to something that people are trying to keep to themselves. But like, shit, especially if it's still going off. 12 hours. Oh my. That that is a long string of shit to deal with, my dude. I am sorry that you have to do that. Ooh, that is no fun. Oh, that's even less fun, dude. While you're at work, I hate it when I hate it when I have stuff pop up like that while I'm at work. It just like even though I know I need to stay focused on my job and like deal with what I have to do at hand to pay the bills. Like I still feel an obligation to deal with situations like that. It's just no fun to be left in it. Damn. Like I couldn't imagine my phone going off like that, dude. That would just frustrate me after a while. I would eventually just have to mute it, you know? Ooh, this group's filling quickly. Doing 16 quarter stars, guys. Nothing super difficult or super special whatsoever, but still fun. I just love keystones in general. I really do. They're very entertaining. You didn't have made it real? Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're not responding to them when they're pissed. I can... Dude, that sucks. That would just get so deeply on my nerves. Like, I'm borderline sitting here rubbing my temples just trying to figure out how I would respond to that. Ugh. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good tip, man. For real. That's a pretty good tip. It's very honest. Believe me, man. I'm engaged. I feel it. Ooh. When I'm at work, especially, and she knows that I'm doing something, it's like she just gets more pissy when I ignore her. Like, I don't understand. Give me just 1 second, guys. I literally need like 30 seconds, okay? I need to go make sure that Puppy didn't go make a mess in the other room because he was sitting in there way quieter than he should have been for the last like 20 minutes. Makes me a little nervous. And I'm back, and thankfully, no puppy mess. Thankfully, no puppy mess. Hang on, D. Hang on. Hang on. So, guys, how have those of you who are active in chat, that is, how have all of you been? Anything particularly interesting, special, or just outright strange enough to stand out to you that you want to mention or talk to me or talk about? Be it WoW or IRL, anything along those lines? No, I haven't actually, Apocalypse. Please, please enlighten me on such a subject, because that is you really got my attention here. Actually, let me hear it, man. What do you have to say? If you follow Soul So Breezy and you like his content, then I think I might have an idea. But his is a bit of a joke idea, still hilarious nonetheless. But just wondering if that's the one you're referencing. Really now? It's been told that Sylvanas did it? I mean, I'm not necessarily Actually, I take that back. I am a little bit surprised. I didn't... Huh. Wow, dude, that just, like, solidifies and then shits all over, like, a bunch of speculation that I've had. Because, like, I've speculated and made videos about both sides of that opinion, but... Damn, dude. That's awesome, man. Appreciate the info. It's all right, man. Don't worry. I won't go. I won't go totally nuts and you know, making videos about it and shit. It's just pretty interesting to hear information like that. You have my word, though. I will not make a video about it until it is public knowledge. How's it going, Shamikaze? Welcome to chat. I'm so glad, guys, that even with a really small subscriber base that I have right now, that the ones that I have managed to get have been really active, really cool to talk to people. Like, y'all are pretty awesome, man. And by the way, just for future reference, Apocalypse, just because you get like bad latency and stuff, I mean, even if you aren't performing optimally, I mean, it isn't gonna bother me nonetheless. Like, it's not like I'm gonna kick you from the group if you're not like absolutely min-maxing your character like I choose to play. Because I mean, I play differently from other people. You know, everybody plays in their own way. So like, if you ever did want to join me for Keystones while I was live or anything along those means, man, you're absolutely more than welcome. I'm never gonna tell you no. If you can't handle doing some of the higher level content that I enjoy doing, man, I mean, I'll do any level Keystone that seems fun to you. You know, I'm up for all of it, all the above. Keystones to me are just fun in general. He plays on a toaster, does he? Believe me, like, I've been wanting to create content for years, and I've been wanting to start competitively playing again for many years. But, like, up until, I think, 3 months ago, I've been playing on the same laptop that I downed 25-man heroic Lich King on, like, in current content. So I was previously playing on, like, a 9-year-old, the laptop was already cheap and shitty when I bought it. But then when it hit 9 years old and cheap and shitty, then it got way, 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 way worse. Dude, no, believe me, like, I played on a really, really bad machine for a long time. I completely understand, like, especially with higher level content, like, Mythic progression, dude, is undoable without a decent computer. It really is. Because, like, the amount of graphic detail that you have to pay attention to that you physically can't because your computer won't process it, it's really almost unfair, you know? Like, they're holding you up to a standard that your computer just can't do. Like, even if latency wasn't the issue, you still find yourself lacking in the aspect that's most important, being mechanics, because all mechanics in this game are focused around graphics. Thank you so much, by the way, for the subs, guys. I know that I kind of haven't been paying too much attention to chat because I got into a little bit of a snafu with the keystone there. But I really, really appreciate it, Shimikaze. Thank you, as always. You know, I almost feel bad doing relatively high-level keystones while I'm on stream. I mean, this is, of course, the content that I enjoy the most by far, but, like, I feel like I can't be super interactive with you guys in chat. As I didn't just now see your reply to my thanking you for the subscription. It took me a while to see that Apocalypse had to go and join on Acco stream. I mean, I completely understand why he had to, you know. He is one of his mods. I get it entirely. Man, I really need to find myself a couple of people that I would trust to be a mod for me, so that I can start my own Discord. I feel like because I already manage a Twitter and all that kind of stuff, that it would just be too much for me at the moment. Those of you who are still here, if there is anybody left in here that is an active, you know, type of person in chat, why don't you let me know? What's if you do like keystones and or just doing regular mythic dungeons or anything like that? What was your favorite dungeon throughout the process of Legion? Which one did you enjoy the most by far? Because everybody has their favorite dungeon, you know. Everybody's got one that they enjoy more than any other. Oh no, that's really not good. Bolstering is such a pain in the ass. Oh, hey, look. Dude left the key. What do you know? Go figure. Well, alright guys. Is there anybody left in chat that's wanting to talk about anything? I think I'm done doing keystones for now. I'm probably just going to do some other stuff. Maybe even level on an alt for the next 25 minutes that I'm going to stream today. Alright, nobody left in chat? Well, I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I will go ahead and post a version of this that I might have to do a little bit of editing to later on. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking around. I really appreciate like all the commentary, everybody's positive attitudes and support for me, the channel, and what that I'm doing. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and be safe.